here is my first request video. I had somebody ask a question related to the idea of right-handed systems. There's a WebAssign problem that was similar to what I'm going to do. And so I was initially unsure how I was going to handle this kind of question, because this is, right-handed systems, as I was doing in class, it's really something you kind of have to act out. It's kind of hard to do on a chalkboard or on a piece of paper. And so I then realized, I can construct a little system of axes off the corner of my desk. I am putting my leftover art supplies for Sunday school at my church to good use. So as you can see here, I've taped up 3 vectors here. So U is going from the corner of the desk off in that direction. W is going in back towards that wall, and V is pointing straight up. Of course, if we wanted to have the negative vectors, negative U, for instance, is pointing that way, negative V is pointing straight down, W is coming in this direction. So I'm going to work you through this following set of problems. So are these right-handed systems? So I've listed off 6 examples here, and I'm going to walk you through each one of them. You might want to take a moment, pause this video, and see if you can work out these 6 yourself before I do it, or maybe after I show you a couple of them, you can pause and try to do the rest yourself and double check off of what I'm doing here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and do this. So the first one we want to do is UVW. So is UVW a right-handed system? So in order to do UVW, I have to put my fingers in the direction of U. And then I'm going to try to curl them in the direction of V. And we see, let me try a different angle here. So sometimes it's a little bit awkward. So my fingers are in the direction of U. I'm curling them in the V direction. And we see that my thumb is pointing not in the W direction, but in the negative W direction. So fingers in the direction of U, curl towards V for UVW. It's pointing in the negative W direction. So this is not. So our first answer says that UVW is not a right-handed system. Well, what happens if we interchange UVW to UWV? So now it should be a little bit easier for me to do. I put my fingers in the direction of U, I curl towards W, and my thumb is pointing straight up, and my thumb is pointing straight up in the V direction. So that does match what we want for UVW to be a right-handed system. Okay, next up is going to be VWU. So I put my fingers in the direction of V, I curl towards W, and which way is my thumb pointing? My thumb is pointing in the negative U direction. So that's not U. That's not what we wanted. So here we see that VWU is not a right-handed system. If you're following with me so far, this might be a good time to pause and see if you can work out the last 3 if you want to do that. Else I'm just going to go ahead and do the next one, the next one is WVU, West Virginia University, I guess. So I put my hand in the direction of W, I curl towards V, and which way am I pointing? I'm pointing towards U. So that's great, because we were doing WVU, so yes, that works out. The 5th one on the list is VWU. So VWU, let me go back and we get in that minus sign there, VW minus U. So point in the direction of V, curl towards W, my thumb is pointing in minus U direction, so that's also a good one. I guess we had implicitly done it take a look at the third and fifth entries when we said VWU is not a right-handed system. Well, it's not a right-handed system because VW minus U was a right-handed system. And then so for one last example, so minus W, U, and V. So now instead of pointing my fingers in the W direction, I have to point them in the negative W direction. So I guess it's coming towards the camera. Curling them in the positive U direction. And my thumb in pointing straight up towards V. So yes, that works. So hopefully that is a good example to help you understand better how right-handed systems work.